Hello, Cancer, and welcome to Ruby Rose Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here today. I'm getting over a nasty head cold, so I apologize if there's some sniffles, a little coughing, or every now and then I've been getting just a little out of breath as I'm talking. So I apologize in advance. For those of you that are returning, I'm so happy to have you here, and thanks for subscribing. And for those that are not subscribing or new to my channel, you're welcome to, or if not, no hard feelings. But I'm going to do some yearly forecasts and for 2020, and if you want those to pop into your box, subscribing would be the way to do it. And also, if you're returning, I'm not going to do the horoscopes at the beginning. It's just taking too long. I will still bring in stuff that's relevant to you, but I think I'm going to be doing more of a general oversight on the astrological elements. I wasn't able to do that last month because I got sick back to back. It was terrible. But I'm feeling better and we're gonna get it done, and yes, right? Okay, so the way it goes is I pull an energy oracle card for the month, and then I pull I pull 6 tarot cards to help me understand the energy and how the month may go. This is a general reading, so if it doesn't, appeal to you or not appeal to or resonate with you, that's okay. Sometimes it happens, usually what's interesting is you go back and you watch them after the month and you're like, oh, wow, some of that is true. But right now we're just gonna go for it. Also, I was channeling for you guys earlier before I started. See here, I get a little out of breath. And what I kept coming up with was trust. Trust of self. Not, trust that you're going to be okay. Trust that you're going to make the right decision. Trust that you're enough. Trust that you're worthy. Trust. All these things, right? And that had to come through for whatever reason that you need to hear that. So with that said, let's go with the Energy Oracle card, which I pulled up, which was Door to Spirit. Right? And it's interesting because it's 32, and if you add them up, it's 5, and 5's a transitionary number, which you did get a 5 of Wands in your reading. So I think we are Cancers, poor Cancers. We've been one of the hardest hit signs the last few years, and we still have, Cancer in the North Node, and so it is very much a focus on our path, and with Capricorn being in the South Node, focused on karma and getting done with bad karmic lessons. Karma is often very misinterpreted. Karma is literally just, karma can do with stuff you had as a child, right? You got bad karmic lessons from your parents, right? It's very interesting to sin. If you look at the original word of sin in the Greek, the ancient Greek language, it actually means to miss the point. And I hate the way modern sin's used, but the way it was meant when it was written was that when you sin, you miss the point, right? So if you commit adultery, you miss the point, right? You make it about your ego, and you've hurt all these other people. So these things, if you lie, you've missed the point. That's a sin because you've missed the point of telling the truth, right? So these are the things, right? So when I read that a long time ago, and it made more sense when it said the sins of the father are visited on the children. And what that means is whatever lessons your parents didn't learn correctly or didn't get from their parents, they're visited on you, right? Because children model their parents. And so much of this, and by the way, the first tarot card I pulled was Justice. And to me, for you guys, this is karmic justice, right? It is this. It is going back and realizing that my parents never had a healthy, role model for relationships, especially my parents had multiple marriages. I have changed that. I have one marriage. We're going on, gosh, let me count here now. We're on 16 years, right? We're dated a little bit longer than before we got married. So I had to change a lot of that. I had to relearn some lessons. I knew what my parents weren't doing was right. but I had no example. So I had to go and learn how to have healthy relationships. Some trial and error, some books, some therapy, all that stuff, right? A lot of spiritual stuff. How can I get happy? I can't make anyone else happy until I'm happy with who I am and I love who I am. So it's kind of this big ball of thing going on with us, Cancer, with all this stuff going on in the North Node. And this karmic in Capricorn in the South Node being karmic. It's about getting on our path and getting rid of the karmic shit that no longer serves us, right? And it's been a rough couple of years, trust me. But it's working out. We're going to get there. We got to get through January, people. If you don't know, I'm a Cancer too, so I know. Right? We got to get through to January. There's eclipse season, and that's gonna be a rodeo. And I think if we can get through January, December and January, things are gonna just soar. But part of this is to get us in shape, and we have to clear out this stuff, right? So yeah, that's this energy. This energy is spiritual energy this month, guys. Stay focused on that. I'm gonna put a link in, if you want some stuff to read, some great spiritual stuff, I'm gonna put a link of some books. Maybe you can ask for Christmas. I know Hay House they've been having smoking deals on books. I stocked up on some books. I'm such a book whore. So I'm going to put a list of some of that stuff down there for you guys because it's helpful. It's absolutely helpful. And we got to get through this. We got to clear out some of this crap because my lovely, lovely Cancers, some of you are still struggling. And it's not a bad struggle. You know, it's very interesting. Your reading is very similar to Capricorn in some respects. They had an amazing reading this month and they needed it because they have been right there with you guys. They've been in a shit show. And they're the opposite of your sign, right? They're the other cardinal sign. Capricorn is the father of the zodiac. You are mother of the zodiac. A lot of your stuff is very interlinked, right? And I think you're still, and I know we're emotional. We can roller coaster a little bit, right? I think our biggest problem is because we're a water sign, we pick up on everyone else's energy, we can pick up on everyone else's injustice, and we can make it ours. And we have to stop doing that, right? And I think a little bit of that's coming up this month. So you got Justice, right after Justice came up the Five of Wands. Again, a transition energy. I think for some of you, there's something going on at work. So this kind of has a double meaning for some of you. For some of you, I feel like this is still some inner conflict going on. I feel for a lot of you, there's something going on with work. So let's break it down. So for those of you that I'm picking up on this energy, there is something going on with career decision, right? That Cancer being in the North House is asking you if you are on the right path with your career. And it could be that this is the path I want to be on. I want to do this, but it's not, something's not working out. And you either have to make a decision if you want to continue on that path, or if there's something else, a branch off that path you need to do, or if that's not what you're like, I spent all this schooling, I did all this stuff, and this is not what I want to do. I'm doing it now and I hate it, right? So this is this energy for some of you, right? You're having this internal struggle about your path in life and where you want to go down career-wise, okay? So for you, that may lead for some of you to finally go, you know what? I've invested a lot of energy and time into this thing that I thought I loved, but I can't do it anymore. Or I have to shift it, right? I have to shift it. So maybe it's not specifically this, but I have to, I thought I was going to love this and I don't, but maybe I can find another area of that, my degree that I can go into, or maybe it's you scrap it all together. It's just that kind of energy, right? For some of you, there are some work issues going on. You're being dragged in, and I know this came up a couple months ago. And for some of you, this is still going on. You're getting dragged into work shit. You're getting dragged into work shit. So you have to be very, very careful of this Cancer. We have a bad tendency, and I know, because when I worked in a corporate office and I had a big job in an office, this would happen to me. And I also had to stop being the mother of the office, right? I wasn't that bad, actually, because I was like, thank God I have some Leo in me, so I'm not that much, but I have some other Cancer friends that can be very mother henny around the office. No. Especially women, we can be really bad about that. You're not there to be mother hen, you're there to do a job and get the fuck out. I know that sounds really mean, but that's the truth. You're not mother. And here's why. Because this card would not be coming up. This card would not be coming up if it was working. It's not working. This is some tough love, right? And here it is. You have to walk away. You cannot pick up other people's battles and struggles. Those people have to learn how to fight their own battles. Right? You can't be dragged into it. And I'm not talking about social stuff. I'm not talking about like if someone's being discriminated at work, oh yeah, hell yeah, you stand up. That's not what I'm saying. Right? But I have learned sometimes at work that some people have to learn to fight their own battles at work. I can't do it for them. And it's not my lesson to learn, it's their lesson to learn. Right? Like I said, if it's harassment or racism or something else going on in the office, that's completely different. But that's not what I'm channeling with this card. I'm channeling that there's kind of drama. Gossip, I think, was the thing that you do not get dragged into gossip at work. Even if you're listening to it. Right? Indulging in gossip, listening to it. You're like, but I don't repeat it. Someone's talking gossip, you're like, you know what, I'm sorry, I really, I can't listen to this, I'm just like, it makes me uncomfortable, and, right, listening to gossip, participating in gossip is not staying in your integrity, and you need to be, Cancers need to be in their integrity. Everyone needs to be in their integrity, but Cancers can really, some signs, I am like, this doesn't mean to sound mean, but some signs can handle not being in their integrity. Cancers, if you're in your integrity, you're a mess. If you're not in your integrity, you're a mess is what I meant. It does. It weighs heavily on you. Right? So, for some of you, it is about picking a career choice, and for some of you, it is definitely about not being involved in work gossip. And I know that because I think it came up several months ago. 8 of Cups, there is something very definitely, and I feel for some of you, this goes back to more of the first reading. You're having to leave behind that career choice, that path that you thought you were going to want to take. It's really hard for you guys. I think you guys thought this was the job for you or the career for you, and it's not turned out that way. And here's the thing, you can walk away from it, but don't walk away from it with your tail between your legs. That's okay. We don't know always. We don't always know. And one of my favorite sayings is, it's from Marie Forleo, which I read her book. She's great. Or watch some of her videos. She talks about, clarity comes from engagement. You don't know how you're going to like something until you try it, right? It's like, how do you know food if you like sushi until you try it, right? You're like, it looks gross. Yeah, but you don't know. It could be amazing. You won't know until you try. You thought you wanted to be a doctor and you thought it would be amazing, and then you get in there and you're like, I cannot do this. I hate it. And not just mildly dislike, I don't want to do, right? Great, there's something else you can do. You can parlay that into something else. All is not, lost. So I want you guys to not think you have to walk away with your tail between your legs. It's okay, you figured it out. You should be grateful. You're like, wow, so glad I figured this out now, rather than years down the road where I'm bitter and angry and didn't make the right choice years back. Instead, I'm doing the braver thing and realizing I need to choose something different. Right? Spiritual month, guys. All right. With that comes the Queen of Pentacles, which I think is fabulous. It's saying that, Cancers, you land on your feet. You're a cardinal sign. You're going to figure it out. You land on your feet. You're going to find the money. You're going to find it. It's fine. Here's the amazing thing about cancers. When you want to manifest it and you want it to happen, when your heart and your thoughts and your emotions are completely 100% aligned, boom, nothing can stop you. And you know it's true. I know that's true. Man, when I want stuff to just align, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get that and it's gonna happen. It does. When I'm all in my feelings, I'm like, right, and then nothing. I'm like, why isn't it happening? Because I'm not in a state to have it happen, right? So whatever you feel you're leaving behind, you're gonna be fine. You're fine. Sincerely. Oh, this is interesting. This is fascinating. Though I'm going to ask you guys, are you leaving it behind because it's just hard? Is it just because it's competitive? Just because it's a lot of work? To me, this is the Seven of Wands. For those that are walking away and leaving it behind, it feels like there's a lot of competition. I don't know if I really want to do that. That's not a good reason to walk away for some of you. For some of you, that's not the case. For some of you, I'm finding that is the case on some of this energy coming through. Yikes, guys. Okay, so this is definitely, wow. Cancer, you're coming in December, there's a lot of career stuff going on both sides. And if you sincerely, this is going back to Door to Spirit, this is some heavy meditative stuff that you need to figure out. And you need to sort through and you need to journal or whatever, but you need to find out if you are walking away from what you worked hard for the right reasons. Is it because you truly don't enjoy it, or is it just because it's starting to get hard and maybe it was really easy before and I really loved it in the beginning, but now it's gotten kind of hard? Well, yeah, things ebb and flow. It's okay. Maybe you have to push through this. Maybe you have to understand whether or not you're going to regret down the road not pushing through this hump and finding out, or whether you're going to walk away and then be disappointed that you gave up so soon. Right? I feel like what just popped into my head was like, have you ever seen there's a little picture where there's two guys digging in a mine and this one guy gives up right before hitting the gold mine. He gets tired, and I kind of feel like that's where some of you are. You're close and you're just giving up because you're tired. If you're giving up because you're tired, that's no. Now, if you're meditating and really realizing, I'm giving up, and not just tired, but if you're uninspired, you need to figure that out. But if you are sincerely going, I have to go down another path because I don't enjoy it, like to the depth of my soul, I can't do this. That's different. Are you following me? Okay. For some of you, with the gossip and the being dry didn't work, I'm starting to think some of you may be looking for another job. And here's what I sense for your Cancers. For those that are having current job problems and you're bringing it home with you, here's what's got to happen. You either need to stop bitching about your job, or you need to go find another job. But I'm almost wondering if even finding another job is not going to fix what's going on. So here's the thing that I'm understanding a little bit as I'm looking through this. You're coming into work like this is fucked every day. That is not, that's not a healthy place to be, Cancers, right? If you're walking in your job every day and you're like, these people suck and this job sucks and I hate this job, that is not the job. That's you. There's some tough love. Sorry, guys. It's you. You have to change you and you do. And I get it. There can be fucked people, I won't get into it, but a friend of mine's in a situation. He's been in this job for a year and he's just realized that the business model is broken. And that's important. Doesn't matter what he does. It doesn't matter what's going on. The company, the location that he's at, it's broken. And the company doesn't really want to invest in it. They just want to keep it limping along. And then he's like, I'm not their guy anymore then. And I'm like, that's right, you're not. Because it's becoming such a fight to stay positive. And it's been a good learning lesson for him to fight to stay positive. But he's realizing he can give 20 hours a day and the place is still going to be screwed. That's not worth it. And so that's what you guys, you Cancers, have to figure out for yourself with your job. Is that's not worth it. You coming home in your negativity and being negative at work and finding lack with people at work just makes you realize that there's lack with yourself. I mean, really watch the correlation, right? Watch the correlation, guys. Are you going to work and finding lack with people and then coming home and then feeling like I'm just not this and I'm not? That's lack with yourself. You're in a vibrational rut, right? So those of you that are experiencing this, you have to start moving away from this. And it has to be your choice, right? You can't get dry, and it's hard. I'm going to tell you this. I think it's harder for Cancers because we're water signs and we really absorb other people's feelings and negativity. And so this has got to be a learning door to spirit. This is a learning lesson for you to change and be better. I have this saying. It's my saying. You have to look at adversity and prosperity with the same smile. When times are good, you have to be happy. When times are bad, you have to be happy. You have to learn to be happy, right? Happiness does not come, well, when that happens, I'll be happy. Oh, when that guy gets fired, then I'll be happy. Nope, you're going to find another guy to piss you off, right? Oh, that knucklehead now pisses me off, right? So the unhappiness it's with you. I know that sounds like it's not that you're a bad person, but you need to figure out why you're unhappy. Because if you're happy with you, you're going to be happy, right? If you're happy internally, you're not looking for external things to, you're not looking for conditions to make you happy, right? When that condition's that way, then I'll be happy. When that person's that way, then I'll be happy. When that happens, then I'll be happy, right? You're saying if all these things are in line and that goes and that guy's not a jerk today and everything goes well in this thing and blah, 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 then I will be happy. That's crazy. That is giving so much power to everyone around you for your happiness. You've got to make yourself happy. And it doesn't matter when you find joy and peace within inside yourself. That guy can be the biggest dickhead over there at work and you don't care because I'm happy and he's not going to take any power or take my happiness or my peace away from me. Cancers, this is your thing this month. This is an interesting month for you. You do have a fabulous Knight of Cups coming here at the end. And I love this ending out the month. It's love. I think it's that reminder. It's just what I was saying. It's about finding love in self, gratitude within self, finding your worth within yourself. And I pulled a clarifier card on a few things in Temperance, mostly on the conflicts at work, and Temperance came out. And it's exactly what I'm talking about. It's balance, right? It's finding balance within yourself. You're angry at everything going into work, you're being dragged into gossip, you're being defensive at work, whatever's going on at work is because you're out of balance. When you're in balance and when you truly, truly love yourself with this amazing Knight of Wands, right? Knight of Cups coming in with his love, rushing in to remind you how loved you are. Source's energy of love, that you are part of Source. You are pure and perfect love. You've just forgotten it. And I feel like this month you are going to have this epiphany on that. You need to meditate, Cancers. You need to do some I ams. You're kind of in the same boat a little bit with Capricorn. He just has a lot more advantageous energy going on this month for Capricorn. You guys have a little bit more, but part of it is because You're that water sign, and you represent emotions, and you're just getting sucked into bad things at work, and it's becoming a habit, and you need to break it. And the spirit was right, because they set it down. Man, this is door to spirit this month. December is about you making some spiritual understandings and realizations and going, you know what, I need to change this. I'm worth more. I'm better than this. I am love. I'm not lack. I'm not bitterness. I'm not anger. I'm not envy. I'm not any of these things. I am pure love. All right, guys. I think, other than that, I think it's a good month for you. You didn't have, really, please, don't think of this the wrong way. You didn't have any detrimental or horrific cards or anything. Like, what I see to me is actually wonderful, because this is tweaking stuff. This is stuff I feel like, the thing is, at work, we spend so much time at work, and we deal with people that we don't choose to be with at work. And so it triggers stuff in us, and it shows cracks in where we can be so much better. It's like a lab to get better, And so I feel like putting in some work and doing the meditation, and I feel like all this too is going to make you better when all these eclipse stuff happens. I think I'll have to look at farther out on astrology and see how Feb's looking. But I think once we get past January and into 2020, the energy, although 2020 is looking to be still a little bit of a roller coaster, and it's not going to be this intense for you. But I think part of it is because you've been required to do so much spiritual work. So don't, as I told Capricorn, do not let your foot off the gas. You have to still keep working. You have to punch through this. You have to get the work done. Because if you don't get the work done and you don't get to your best spiritual place ever, where you're ready to receive so much abundance, right? Then you can't receive the abundance. If you do the work and you put it in and you get there and you're not as prepared as you thought, and then when the universe gives you abundance, you're like, wait a minute, I can't handle this. I'm overwhelmed. Oh my gosh, why are you giving this to me? The universe is like, well, I thought you said you could handle it. But if you do all the work now, and you do the meditation, and you get rid of the bad karmic lessons that you have learned, and you're in a better state, and you don't see lack, and you love yourself, and you see the joy and the beauty in everyone, even when they're ticking you off, you're going to receive so much abundance, and you're like, yeah, I was so ready for this, and I am ready for this, because I have been preparing and working so hard, and now here's so much love and joy, and I got this. Right, guys? It is a good month. It's a good month for you. To me, this is nitpicky shit. Nitpicky shit. There's no major stuff, but clean it up. All right? There's my sassiness. All right, guys. I am wishing you so much love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And until next year, although I will be seeing you sooner, because I am going to be putting out your yearly forecast readings, and so I will see you then. Until then, I'm wishing you so much love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. Namaste, guys.